Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Star Destroyer, or the Platonic Noobs, whichever one you prefer. Don't answer that. Today we're going to be looking at Star Wars Weapon Pack. I'm going to leave a link of it in the description if I can find it. I have a lot of mods, but I will try and find it for you guys. But here we go. The first one on this list is the Bowcaster. It does zoom in like that. Shoots a green laser like that, a single green laser. I don't know what to say about it. It's a bit of... Okay. It's just there to kind of show off to the fans. Then we have the DC-15 sidearm. I believe this is a clone trooper weapon. In fact, I think it's a clone commando weapon, but I might be wrong. Okay, that's pretty sweet. The DC-15A, this is like the main rifle of the clone troopers. Shoots blue lasers. It has a pretty big mag capacity. You can zoom in and shoot. So one thing that I've noticed about this particular pack is none of the textures are extremely high quality. But I'm just going to tell you, like, this is kind of like summarizing the entire pack now because I've been using this pack a lot recently. But the pack isn't the most high quality pack, but it does have decent sounds. It does have the lasers. The guns look pretty similar to what they do in the films, and some of the games I've played as well, so they look similar to that. But it's not as high quality of textures and sounds and other things as a lot of other mods. DC-15S. Like this, like I don't. Why do you even want to aim down that sight? That's not a sight. Those are two loop-de-loops. It's two shoelaces. God damn it, I can't think of the words right now. Because of a lot of the episodes I've been making recently, some people have said that I do not like Star Wars, and that is just incorrect. The only criticism I have for Star Wars is a lot of their military weapons just don't seem to be what I would call effective, I guess is the best way. But I'll talk about that in a later episode. Let's just get through this. The DC-17. I think this is actually the clone commando pistol. Then we have the DC-17M blaster rifle. This is a clone commando weapon. This one's pretty cool, actually. I like this one. You can look down the sights, but it doesn't really have any sights to speak of, so I don't know why you would. Then we have the sniper rifle. This is kind of cool. It actually has a sight that you can't really see. You can kind of see. I like the fact that it kind of moves around like that, and I like the effect, but it's a little too much of the effect. It's really hard to see through that. But just the fact that it has it is cool, and you can see the amount of bullets you have in the clip on the left side. However, you like put it behind your back when you're reloading. See right there, the scope looks really cool there. Obviously the textures aren't super high quality on any of these, but this gun does look pretty cool, and I love just how the scope looks in or when you're looking down, when you're firing it from the hip. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, the DE-10. This is the type of pistol you'd be using if you were a cowboy in space, I guess. You'll have to forgive me. I do like Star Wars, and I've seen all the films, played a few of the video games, and read a couple of the books, but I'm not as familiar with their weapons as I am some of the other groups, especially some of these random ones. I know about the D-17 and the DC-15 because I've been doing a lot of research for some of the episodes that are coming up. But a lot of these random pistols I have no idea about. Defender Sporting Blaster. Oh yeah, that's a cutie. That's a cutie. So you can also see that it only decides to have an animation for kicking when it wants to, which is odd. The sounds are good though. I think they're directly from the films. The lasers kind of just appear where they want to. There's no reload animation whatsoever, which is unfortunate. But it does have the proper lasers, and it seems to have a pretty good fix on how they shot from the films that I saw. I can't really say for sure, but I don't know what this does. Okay, apparently there's a detonator. Nothing happened though, so yeah, okay. Whatever. Moving on, DH-17. This is another scoped rifle. It looks like a bad guy rifle because it's shooting red lasers, I guess. Is that how you determine bad and good in this universe, I think? Kind of cool, though. Yeah, you can zoom in again. DL-44. This is kind of a interesting pistol. Oh, I like that sound, though. That's kind of cool. I don't know why I like that sound so much, but I do. Once again, it doesn't look like they've included the ability to look down any of the scope, so it just zooms in for you, which, you know, I mean, at least he did that. I mean, it's better than nothing. I don't know how close it's hitting, but in my experience, nothing in the Star Wars universe is really designed to hit straight on, I guess. I don't know. You know, you have to realize as well that Star Wars is being represented through film. And so it's being put through the filter of the director and the actors and, you know, everybody who takes place in the actual film. So it's kind of hard to get a feel for it based off of just the films, because just how it's set up and stuff isn't quite perfect, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know. I'm really critical about militaries in video games and in films just because that's one of the main things I studied in college and university was military history and stratagem. Anyways, this is the DLT-19. This thing's a beast. This thing's awesome. This is actually modeled after a German World War II Maschinengewehr 42, I believe. I could be wrong. It might be the 34, but I think it's the 42. A lot of the weapons from the old films, sorry, I'm giving more of a history lesson than anything, but this is a cool gun. This is actually probably my favorite from the whole pack. So, there's that. But a lot of the old films actually used props from World War II movies. So the E11, I believe, was a World War II submachine gun. The British, what was it called? The Sten, I believe it was. I can't be for sure, but I know in the films they had a lot of problems with pieces falling off of them in the early films. But that's pretty cool. This is the main blaster for the stormtroopers. So in the Galactic Empire days, not the clone troopers, but the stormtroopers. Clone troopers use these guys. This is the stormtroopers gun, and I think this one as well. But yeah, it has a zoom on it. I believe in the cannon, it actually has a extendable stock, which you can see kind of right here, so that it can be more accurate. It has a scope on it. It actually is firing pretty accurately for the most part. It sounds pretty beasty. Definitely more of like a carbine submachine gun size. Then we have the E5, which I believe is the droid main battle rifle from the prequel films. So let's just get through this really quick. It has a much lighter sound to it. It looks cool up here, but it doesn't look too great in here. You can look down the sights, but why would you when there is no sight? You're just looking... I don't even know how to express it. It's obvious that the person who made this mod really wanted some Star Wars weapons to play with, but wasn't the most skilled, perhaps, at making weapons. I'm not going to say it's the worst mod I've ever seen. It's definitely the best Star Wars weapons mod, for weapon pack, I should say. There's definitely some weapon mods that are better. This is the E60R. I believe it's a rocket launcher. That assumption was correct. It's a rocket launcher. It looks cool. It fires very slowly, but it makes a very big boom. It does what it's supposed to do, especially in the world of Gmod, where not a lot is possible. This is the EE3. I have no idea what this thing is. This is like... It reminds me of that space show that's supposed to be kind of a Western at the same time. What the fuck is that called now? Oh, you guys are going to be so mad at me because I can't remember. But I don't remember. But it looks like a cowboy revolver / rifle thing. Yeah, there's the revolver, and it's got an attached wooden stock, which I don't know why that would make sense in a future. Why would you use a wood stock for anything? This is the ELG-3A. Now this is like a classical you know, 70s, 80s looking futuristic pistol. You wouldn't see this type of pistol in a modern future movie, if that makes sense, because obviously the past version of the future was modeled after their present, and our vision of the future is kind of modeled after our present. It's kind of interesting. You can kind of see, though, in films and especially films, looking at the future, just the differences. Wow, I'm really having a hard time staying on topic here. Imperial Heavy Repeater. This thing's a badass as well. It shoots yellow lasers, and it shoots them really frickin' fast, but they're really inaccurate. But it's really awesome. You can look down the sight, and this is the only one that actually kind of has a sight, but I think he didn't realize that you need two things to make up a sight. You can't just have the one. That doesn't really work. And besides that, it doesn't really work. So it's just best to fire these like a paintball gun. Because when you fire a paintball gun, you really are just shooting and following where the paintballs are going. They're going slow enough and they're big enough that you can watch where they're going and then judge your next shot from there. And that's exactly what you do with these guns. There's no real aiming involved. You just fire a shot like this and you're like, I need to go to the left because I saw exactly where that went. Just like that. So that's kind of how... Oh, hey, that explodes. That's cool. That was the KVD-21. Then we have the LL-30. Again, kind of one of these interesting looking future pistols with a abnormally large scope on it. Then we have the SE-14C. I have no idea what this thing is. This is firing red lasers as well and has a large kind of old-fashioned scope on it. What I don't understand is things like, you know, that type of scope. Like, that's so, I don't know. I'm sorry. I do like Star Wars, and this video is probably going to confirm to a lot of you guys that I'm skeptical of it, which I am. I'll be perfectly honest. This is kind of the part I kind of want to make this video also to admit that. I realize that the Star Wars universe probably, in most cases, is more powerful than, especially like the Galactic Empire, is probably more powerful than the UNSC. But I'm very skeptical of the Galactic Empire because there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me. Like this. I don't know what this is. Ooh, I like it, though. That's actually... It looks like... I don't know what it looks like. It looks like a gardening hose. Like, yeah, it looks like a fireman's hose. Like, there's a thing that you can hold on top. But it does make some big lasers. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And obviously, it's not like I hate the Star Wars universe, and I don't hate the weapons. Like, I love this DLT-19. This thing's badass. Oh, that shares the same sound, doesn't it? Yes, it does. The E11 is actually kind of cool. E5 would be cool if this mod made it cooler. I also like the blaster. That thing's pretty sick. It shoots super fast and has kind of an interesting sound. This one I like. West Star 34. This is the last pistol, and then we're done. Whoa! What the? That thing is funky. Well, I just don't understand, like, why? You're obviously not going to be looking down the sights like this. Like, everything in here is designed to be shot like a paintball gun. Like, you fire a shot and you judge where it goes, and you launch your next, you fire your next shot in the direction that you judged. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say here? So let's say you're in a war zone. Okay, we're going to reenact this son of a bitch. Okay, we are using the E5, for example. You're running along and you're like, pow! So let's do this in slow motion, though. Let's pretend we're in slow motion. So you turn to look at this guy, and you shoot at him. You see where the bullet goes, right? You saw where that goes, so you're like, I need to aim down to the left more. And then you just judge where your bullets are going, and you just keep firing and watching where your bullets are going. It's like literally playing with a paintball gun. If you try and aim down the sights, you're just like, just fire all the bullets, I guess. I don't know. I apologize. It's just one of those things for me. I have a hard time understanding some of these guns. The E11 that the Stormtroopers use has a pretty decent looking kind of like I think it's a 2x scope on it, which is very practical for your normal infantrymen. And it is compact, which makes sense for being in a lot of these types of areas, which I like as well. But just there's some weird things in here, man. Like this thing. Like, I don't even get what this is. It's cool. I admit it's cool. It just seems impractical to me. That's all I'm saying. I do like the Star Wars universe. Don't take me wrong. This is my favorite gun of the whole mod, the DLT-19. And in fact, I am very excited for Battlefront. I saw the trailer. That was kind of a disappointment, unfortunately. But I'm still excited. Even if it's just a reskinned Battlefield 4, I'll still buy it and I'll still play it because it, you know, it looks badass. I want to play as the stormtroopers or the scouts. What are they called? The Imperial Scouts, I think, or something like that. Oh dear, they look pretty badass. The kind of the special forces rebel guys look cool too with the camouflage on. However, the normal rebel troops, I do not get what's going on with them. They have like this mushroom on their head, and for armor they're wearing a leather vest. I don't know what's up with that. If you guys are Star Wars fans, please enlighten me to the things that I'm not understanding. I know that I am not as informed about the Star Wars universe as some of you guys are, and as I'm informed about some of the other groups. But I'm just trying to learn. I'm trying to do more research so I'm better at some of my other films. I'm going way over time, though. It's already 16 minutes. I try and keep these under 15. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this episode. Like it if you wanted me to do more of these Gmod mod reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.